Hola, buen día, buenos días. Viva Puerto Rico. Viva Colombia. Viva, just viva. Hey, I just met 2 days ago the new manager of the Chick-fil-A that's opening up on our corner. He told us in May, and he's a believer. He's from Colombia. I thought of him when I just said Colombia. So we had a diner that was there for decades. And now there's going to be a Chick-fil-A. But isn't that something? Their convictions are the company, and it's blessed, obviously, it seems, that they don't open on Sundays. So thousands of people, forget downtown Brooklyn, just thousands of people down the block, maybe 50 steps from that is the church. But don't worry, during the weekdays, weeknights, we're going to be Chick-fil-A. Do you like Chick-fil-A? My son-in-law, who I love, Pastor Brian Petrie, he is addicted to their iced tea. Hey, what can I say? He's addicted. No, it's serious. At night when he can't drink it, he gets a drip. He gets the, in his needle in his arm. Only joking. But that's good. You know why? It's good to have fellowship with another believer and eating that chicken sandwich, I guess. So when you come, you not only go to Junior's if you visit us and have their cheesecake, you can go to Chick-fil-A. Now Jesus is saying, these are the things going to happen before the temple is knocked down. The disciples heard this 2,000 years ago. Verse 14, Mark 13. When you see the abomination that causes desolation. What is that? Well, it's mentioned in the book of Daniel, chapter 9, chapter 11, chapter 12. So this is a prophetic fulfillment. He's linking it to a prior prophecy. When you see the abomination that causes desolation, standing where it does not belong. Let the reader understand. I don't. But he assumed when Jesus said this and Mark recorded it, they would understand it. When you see the abomination that causes desolation, standing where it does not belong, a fulfillment of Daniel's prophecy. Let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let those on the housetop go down or enter the house to take. Let no one on the housetop go down or enter the house to take anything out. Let no one in the field go back to get their cloak. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. There's more that you will handle tomorrow. So this is like Luke 21, Matthew 24, that prophetic utterance by Jesus about something that was going to happen in Jerusalem before it was made desolate and before every stone would be unturned. And by the way, when the Romans did that in 70 AD, there was a rumor that there were precious stones, gold, whatever, hidden in the crevices of the temple. So guess what they did? They knocked every stone down, separated them, so that Jesus could be literally fulfilled in his prophecy. So now, did he speak that to us today? No, he didn't. We're not living that. He spoke that to the Jewish disciples who were listening to him. Now, the temple will be destroyed, all these stones tossed about. But before that happens, here's a marker. Not only betrayal and persecution, but you're going to see the abomination that causes desolation, standing where it does not belong. And most commentators refer that to the Romans, some saying their general coming into the holy place where no one could enter. Some say the Roman symbol or the Roman war eagle or whatever was brought in, an idolatrous thing to the Roman in the Roman Empire, put in the Holy of Holies, where at one time God's presence in some way, the Shekinah, dwelt. When you see that happening, the abomination of desolation standing there, some think it refers to a double reference of a prophecy for before Jesus returns physically. And this is going to happen in not 70 AD, it happened then, but no, it's going to happen in the future. This will be one of the signs before the rapture of the church, or maybe during the tribulation. They believe in a 7-year tribulation. A lot of Christians believe a lot of different things. But by the way, they can't have a temple built now, because the only place where the temple can be built, according to Scripture, and the Jews know that, is where the Mosque of Omar stands in Jerusalem, which is, I think, the second or third most holy site, place in Islam. But to knock down that temple, the mosque, to knock down that mosque and rebuild the temple, to have this filled in the future, which it might, someone says, no, I believe that. Well, believe what you want. They're going to probably have to kill about 10 million Muslims. Because no Muslim is going to say, come on in, guys, knock down our sacred mosque. They'll fight to the death. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I am not a prophecy expert. My prophecy chart is out of town right now. I sent it out for repair, so I don't have answers for all these questions. All I know is what Jesus said to them, and it came to pass, and now look how he warned them and said, how dreadful will be those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that this will not take place in winter, because those will be the days of distress, unequaled from the beginning when God created the world until now, and never to be equaled again after that. Not going to just be special moment of visitation of judgment. It'll never be like that again. Now, on just that thought, I have 25 books in my library about what that all means. Just for back then, no, a double meaning. No, they're secretly excavating under the Mosque of Omar, the zealous Jews now in Israel, and one day the whole thing's just going to come down, and they're going to run in and chase the Muslims out and rebuild the temple. Okay? That is not a primary truth of the Christian church. It's a secondary understanding. Christians, in other words, agree to disagree. But it happened for them, the Lord warned them, and it came to pass exactly like Jesus said it would. So now, when we read prophecies, Old Testament, some are fulfilled in the New Testament. Some haven't been fulfilled yet. We're going to read some coming up here that are of that nature, of that ilk. But whatever God says will happen, it will happen. If it hasn't already happened, it will be happen. His word is sure. And here's what I want you to keep. I'm coming back again, so that where I am, you can be also. That's the important one to live by. Let the Mosque of Omar and the temple in Jerusalem take care of itself. I just want to know I have the blessed hope of Christ's return. See you next time.